Offsides.
Hey, welcome to another week of Offsides. A lot happened in football this week. We got the unfortunate Henry Ruggs situation, and that was a pretty tough thing. That young kid gets a DUI, and his
what is it called? DUI, resulting in manslaughter.
Manslaughter.
So,
yeah,
he will never play football again.
No. And that's
I love
lesson.
Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs is a good person.
Yeah, he's a great person. It's just my thing is being that young, and again, 3 a.m. in the morning. It's the same situation that Dante Stallworth did, like back in like 2000, like when he was Saints.
Yeah.
He hit somebody and coming out. I think it was during the Super Bowl? I can't remember, but he did the same situation. Early morning, DUI, probably leaving for the club. Who knows?
Right.
Sometimes, like being a professional athlete, you get lost, and you get lost into what you're doing to the point where you don't think sometimes. A lot of them don't think. I mean, come on, DUI, 3 a.m. in the morning, you're not thinking.
No.
You know, but who
How
knows
old
what's
is
going
Henry
on.
Ruggs?
Henry Ruggs about like 22.
Yeah, young kid.
He was just about to get off his rookie contract, but now that
Young kid. Now his life is over.
it's 2 to 25
I
years.
don't think about his life is over, but it's
it's
a change.
over. No, it's over.
changed.
As a professional athlete, you can say that, but as
He'll
a
never
life,
play football again.
It's changed. Meaning that it's changed because he got to live with this for the rest of his life.
Right.
If he have kids, his kids got to see him through a glass. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot
tough.
of family hurt. He took a child. He took a husband.
Yeah.
He probably took a father.
Yeah.
Now on that,
It was
now
a 23-year-old female.
Oh wow.
23.
A female. Oh, that's even worse.
Well, yeah.
So now you got to look at it from his standpoint. His kids got to see him. Man, my dad killed someone. His mom and dad. So it's a domino effect, and it's sad. It's sad for Henry Ruggs, but man, you got to be more careful.
The lesson is don't drink and drive.
Absolutely, especially
Don't
3 a.m. in
drink.
the morning.
Yeah. And better yet, don't even drink. No need for it. Anyway, what about Odell Beckham? His dad.
It's bad.
got
No, it's
involved.
bad.
His dad's getting involved.
So
What's his dad saying?
I think he's
His
trying to be
dad
like.
Now, do you
posted-
think Odell's a little embarrassed about that? I mean,
no, Odell's pissed.
Do you think Odell wanted his dad to do that? Basically, if anybody doesn't know, his dad got on television?
Instagram.
He made 11-minute highlight with his son wide open. I mean, it sounded like some ball
Immediately,
type
like a
stuff.
film of him being wide open, and Baker not throwing the
Blaming
ball.
Baker
He
Mayfield.
reminded me of the ball guy, the basketball kids, the ball boys, they father, you know.
Oh, yeah, the
some stuff he'll do. I know he'll do that.
Exactly,
Hey man,
right,
listen, my
yes.
son this, that, and this. Well, OBJ is a great athlete, man. That's one of the top receivers in the NFL.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. If my opinion, I do not think the Cleveland Browns is using him enough.
So you agree with his dad?
Yes, as a Brown,
I
I
don't
do
agree
too.
with his dad what his dad did.
I agree
but
with-
I agree with the Cleveland Browns not giving
As
him
a
enough
Browns
touches.
fan, I
They're not
totally agree
targeting
with
him
what he
enough.
did.
So you agree
As
with
a
the
Browns
father?
fan, I agree with him. Yeah,
Yeah.
call Baker out. And also,
Right.
I will
Why
say
don't
though,
you think Baker is targeting Odell
I don't know. Like he gets the ball
when
though.
he's open like that? And you can't argue with the video,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he
was wide open.
And Odell was about to get traded to the Saints today, but that didn't happen. It was close to happening though. So
Do you think that obviously Odell doesn't get along with
I
Baker
want him.
Mayfield?
I want him out of Cleveland.
You want Odell out of Cleveland?
You want your boy out of your team?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Wow.
Because I want to see him succeed, and he's just no one does.
Not with the
here.
Browns though. This is
If
new.
Baker Mayfield can't do it,
This is
then
new.
what? Like what? I don't know what else to say. Like we've been trying
yeah.
for 3 years, it hasn't worked.
How many years does Odell have left in college football? I mean, in pro football, if he goes back to college.
Odell
4 or
got-
5.
I think
4 or 5.
I think he got. I can't just put a cap on him like that. I think he has more years. It's up to him. It's only over until he says it's over. If he feel like he can go 6, just like Tom Brady. People say Tom Brady got 2 or 3 more years, but Tom Brady got how many years he want to have?
I want him to stay in Cleveland,
Same thing.
but it's not. I don't think it's gonna happen.
He's obviously very, very upset.
Yes.
He's very, very unhappy.
1
in
reception,
Cleveland.
6 yards.
The thing is, Cleveland's
good.
system doesn't fit him. Doesn't fit him
Yeah,
at
exactly. It's a system. It's
It's
a
not
system.
a passing, really.
It's not.
It's heavy run.
Yeah.
But it's also
Yeah.
like, then also you can't say that because after that 11-minute video of him being wide open, I mean that's like.
But
Again.
they're not a primarily.
If you
a
give Odell
passing
Beckham like an
team.
Aaron Rodgers, you give him
now
an
that
Aaron Rodgers.
he would do. Let's take him. I'll take him over in Green Bay any day.
Dude,
Yeah.
if
Any day.
the Packers
Any
got Odell Beckham,
Oh,
they're winning the
for the
Super Bowl.
for sure.
It's
for sure.
without a
You
doubt.
really gonna say they're gonna win the Super Bowl like that?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, Odell Beckham is an impact player, so
He is.
you know what I'm saying with him and Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
two of the
both.
best-
No, it's
two
over.
Of the best, two of the best wide receivers.
They'd be great.
It's over.
And
They'd
then
be
on
great.
top of that, when you have Cobb coming from the slot and nickel and
then
diming,
you got Aaron Jones in the backfield.
yeah,
It's
so-
over.
When's the trade
It's a
deadline?
high-powered
It happened.
offense.
It's already over. It was
Okay,
over at
so
4
the
o'clock.
chance is over.
Yeah.
No, he's going to get traded on the offseason. He will get traded.
Well, but he's
I
going
want him to
to stick.
stay in Cleveland.
But he's going to
like,
stick with Cleveland for the rest of the year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you know.
We gotta cut this.
Unless
So,
they
okay.
release him.
Deshaun Jackson, over the weekend,
Yeah,
he
Got
got
cut.
released by the Rams.
I know. Now that's a shock. How many years though is Deshaun Jackson in the pros?
Deshaun
Like
probably
20
like 12.
since Michael
That's a
Vick.
long time.
Since Michael Vick.
Nah, he didn't come out the same year as Michael Vick. He came. It's
Put in the
more
Eagles
so,
with him, though.
I say he more so like 12.
No.
That's
if
a
not
long time.
13.
Well, what was
12.
Vick on the Eagles?
12. Vic was way ahead of him. Vic came out in 2000. What?
Five.
No.
4 or 3.
No.
Probably
Yeah,
like
4 or 3.
he came out.
Maybe.
Came out in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I could say that.
Where do you think Deshaun Jackson's going to go?
Me personally,
I don't know. That's a
LA
good
Rams
question.
was home, so.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why. Like,
I'm
if they're
a-
7-1, I don't understand that.
Somebody will pick him up, right?
But
Oh,
my
yeah.
thing
Why
is,
wouldn't they pick him
That's
up?
my problem. You're 7-1 on the team. Team is is a contender. It's a playoff contender. It's
Su-
not
so
they're
by the
gonna
way,
go.
Super Bowl
They're a
contender.
Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
And you're gonna leave a team with a high-powered defense. Now that, bruh. I mean, I get it. Like, bro, like, chill, bruh. Like, okay, you ain't getting enough targets. Just
real.
ride the wave, man. You gonna
Yeah.
get targets, might not what you want,
Come playoffs,
but you
hey,
gonna get
do you
targets.
think
Chill,
he
just
got-
ride.
By the
Y'all
way,
gonna go to the
because of his
playoffs. Y'all
attitude?
No,
might end up being in the Super Bowl.
Come
Why
playoff
do you
time,
think
they're
they
going to
cut
need him.
then? Because he had an attitude, or
I mean,
No.
Deshaun Jackson, being a playmaker, being competitive, like he is the oldest receiver on that team. He's a veteran. So you got to think, like, I've been doing this for so many he still can run fast. He still can do a lot
he's
of things.
great.
So
Still great.
my thing is he don't want to be sitting and be like, man, use me. I want the ball. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody's going to do that. If you're not like that, you're playing the wrong position.
and the
You're not
Rams were
competitive
kind of
enough.
like, we don't want to hear
No,
it.
no, the Rams wanted him to
listen,
stay,
They
but
wanted him to
they-
stay. Deshaun decided, listen, if you ain't gonna give me no targets,
I'm out.
I'm
out.
out of here. You
I'm
can
out.
just cut
He's
me or
not-
trade me.
Not lack of confidence with that fella.
Nah, he just want touches.
Yeah. Well, somebody will pick him up.
Everybody needs someone that can stretch the field.
Yeah.
And Deshaun
Yeah.
Jackson do that quite well.
And if he knows he's
Very
marketable,
Yeah.
why not leave, right? Why not?
with Henry Ruggs out, who knows? The Raiders might go grab him.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah.
get another person to stretch the field, man.
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, he's a valuable player. He'll end up somewhere. I like
Absolutely.
Deshaun Jackson. He's a fantastic
Let's
player.
go to college.
All right, let's go to college. Michigan State.
Kenneth Walker third.
Yeah. Right?
That's all there is to say.
Kenneth Walker's third, bust up the Wolverines for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
5.
5 touchdowns.
On the ground for 197 yards.
He's kind of a beast.
No, he had a career high day.
No,
Uh-huh.
he
had a career day.
That was just a fantastic day for him. He's not a great running back. I mean,
Actually, the game was great. It was
great
it was
game.
exciting.
Great game.
It was close.
really great game.
But that
In
rivalry always-
Michigan State in Lansing.
Yeah, that rivalry normally go
Yeah.
down to the wire.
Oh yeah, that's one of
Yeah,
the
that's
like
one
the
of the biggest
biggest,
rivalries.
not if the biggest.
Yeah.
rivalry in
Andrell
college
Anthony
football.
had 99 yards and 2 touchdowns for Michigan.
Yeah,
And he had that 99-yard long
the
one.
long one. Yeah, that kid can fly.
He's good.
And I like the kid in the first quarter. Michigan State, the Reed kid was like leading the way when they went in and got their go-ahead touchdown. And like, oh my God, like I never seen a receiver get targeted in one series for like 4 consecutive
Yeah.
plays,
Yeah.
and he just
Right.
coming up with big plays. I was like, so Reed really opened my eyes on that.
Now, do you think Michigan? Obviously, I kind of thought Michigan was going to win that. They were favored going into that, weren't they?
You thought Michigan was going to win?
I did. I
gonna be honest,
I thought Michigan.
I thought the Spartans were going to pull it out, which they
I
did.
thought the Spartans had the upper hand because I thought the Spartans had the upper hand because of the run game.
And it's in
then I seen
Lansing.
something else, and I seen what they were using. They were creating matchups. They was taking the matchups with Reed and cashing in. So I'm like, well, listen, I didn't know who was going to win that game, but once I seen Michigan State really pulling things out and making plays, I was like, Michigan State probably ended up winning, and they did.
Does that put them in the lead of the Big Ten? because Michigan State, I don't
Michigan
know.
State been in the league a bit time. You still got.
You still got Penn State. You still got in Big Ten. I'm talking about the Big Ten.
You still got Ohio State in there.
You still got Ohio State.
Who just beat Penn State.
I know. Well, listen, that's what
Penn
I'm
State.
saying. How good is Michigan State?
I think they'd beat Penn State. Oh.
No.
You think they beat Penn State?
Penn State? Michigan State beat Penn State? No.
The Spartans would beat Penn State.
You don't think the Spartans would beat Penn State?
Heck no.
No, really?
Hell no.
But that was an impressive win against Michigan.
Did you see Penn State? Did you see Penn State defense?
Yeah, they were great.
That's Ohio State?
Come on, man.
They held Ohio.
Wait, hold on. They gave up 31 points.
Listen. 31 points in the first quarter. In the first half, that thing was going back and forth. Both teams had back-to-back points.
Then
let's talk about it. Let's go on and talk about
Ohio
State,
Penn State.
And then my Buckeyes came back out of the second half, firing downfield, and we.
Yeah, they were great. I mean, C.J. Stroud had 305 yards.
That young kid is coming along. He's starting. He's
He
starting.
was the case for the Heisman.
He's coming along pretty well.
Yeah.
They're using this pretty well. He's gaining his confidence. He's gaining his confidence, and he's starting to make his strides now.
Yeah.
He's trying to you can see him. He's really poised in the pockets. I think he's a freshman or sophomore. No, he's a sophomore.
He is? That's a young
The running back.
Well,
the running
Bryce
back,
Young is a freshman.
No, listen,
He's
the Henderson kid is the freshman.
No, he's good. Trevor Henderson. He had 152 yards.
Yeah,
152 yards.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, in college football, in college football, that's a lot. But if you get 150 yards in the NFL, it's different. It's more. I feel
152 yards in the college is good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing ain't the word. It's good. I mean, 152 yards, even as anything, just little league,
that's a great
little
day.
league, high school, or whatever. It's
That's
still
true.
great.
That's true.
It's still great.
That's true.
What about J. Smith Najiba? He had 97 yards for the Ohio State Buckeyes. 97 yards receiving. He was good. That guy.
One thing I want to hump on is the first quarter
That
action.
young kid,
The first quarter action.
he will go first round in the draft.
Who?
Najiba?
What's his name? Number 5. What's his
You're
name?
talking about Wilson.
Yes, he will go. He's the top 15 pick in the draft.
Actually, that game had the 3 first-round picks at the wide receiver position. You had Olive, you had Wilson, and then you had Dotson for the Penn State.
Is that number 5?
And let's talk about Dotson for Penn State.
That kid's good, bro. That kid's good.
11 catches for 127 yards. He was holding his own versus Ohio State.
Yeah.
And they had the other 2 first rounds.
Ohio State's a powerhouse.
I mean, Olivier strikes him with 38-yard strike, and Wilson would finish his thing with 82 yards or whatever. But those 3 guys is arguably the first 3 wide receivers off the board in April.
Really?
Absolutely.
They're going to be the first 3 wide receivers off the board.
In April.
Wow.
Those three, mark my words, I guarantee you, Wilson might be the first.
Yeah.
I think Wilson's going to be the first. He's the more political guy. I think Olive, just because his production of what he have done. But Dotson is the sleeper. I won't be surprised if Dotson jumps one of those guys.
No, why do you say that?
Dotson is great.
Because they look like they're good pros?
It's not like it's the way they play the game.
Yeah,
He's
so
more
it's the way
pro-ready.
they play like
the skill sets. It's a skill set that they have, what they possess, and what they show on film.
Right.
They show that they're pro-ready. I mean, catching the ball in traffic, going up and get the ball. What they grade you on? Speed. Could you stretch the field? Could you get off the jam? Could you catch the ball in traffic?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you catch the guy? I mean, he does all that.
When you say top 3 off the board, they're going to be playing right away.
They're going to be playing right away. I mean, they're getting millions of dollars. I mean, the teams that pick those guys, they got to play right away. It's no different from Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Look what he's doing.
Playing right now. Yeah.
They got to get their money out of you. I'm not going to spend $10 million, $15 million on a kid just to sit and just let him sit.
Well, especially wide receivers.
Oh yeah, no.
Wide receivers don't sit, do they? They don't.
No,
watch.
I mean some teams.
Some do.
Some teams use a lot of them. Like the Bills, they use how you said the different wide receivers. They use a lot of different pieces of the wide receiver position in their game plan. So they sub a lot of receivers in the game. But then you look at something like the Bucs, you see the same 4 receivers.
Same 4 receivers. It's more pro style. It's more play action. It's more balanced run heavy.
In
more
college,
tight end and tight end.
you have all these kids that are recruited for different things they do, and then you have more depth for different situations. So if we need a halftime, you want to throw up a bomb, you bring in the 4-star who's 6'5", and runs a 4.4 and can go up and get the ball.
Well, technically, I'll say it's based on the situation or on the scheme of that team. You might have like for example, like Alabama. Alabama runs, it's more pro style. It's more play action.
Yeah.
Let me beat you with a run. I'm gonna set you up. Play action. I'm gonna take my shots.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
That's
Wisconsin sometimes nicking and diming you. I mean, you look at people like
Kentucky.
Let's say like Kentucky. Let's say people like who use the tight ends a lot, like Notre Dame, like the pro style political. That's
Notre Dame loves their tight ends.
They love their tight ends.
That's pro style, right? Tight end football.
And I'm gonna be honest with these three guys is more they more political wideouts in the draft right now.
Right.
Those three.
But Big Ten doesn't play pro football, do they? Or they play kind of smash mouth, run football?
I don't necessarily say it's a particular
I think it's
game
a perfect
played.
balance. It's a perfect balance.
It's just is you a balanced team or you a pass team? Are you a run and gun team or you a RPO team or you an air raid team? It's just whatever scheme that the offensive coordinator is doing for that team. That's what it is.
But if you're right and they're the first three off the board, that's kind of unique for a Big Ten. You know, for Big Ten to be first three wide receivers off the board. From Big Ten.
Those
you're right.
Those right now are the three most. They right now in this draft are the three most rated receivers.
Isn't that kind of surprising that it's from the Big Ten? Though?
I mean, not really. I mean, you got to look at it. The Big Ten, not really, because I mean, go back in the day when Ohio State had David Boston.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I could go on and on. Michigan had
usually SEC is
Desmond
the
Howard.
ones, right? SEC is always the wide receivers.
I mean, I want to say wide receiver. SEC, ACC is more so. They're the more athletic, the more society would say those guys. You know what I'm saying? Because they are going against so-called harder competition, more competition. And stuff like that, so they look more towards them. But my thing is Big Ten ball is Big Ten ball. I mean, I just feel like if you got the skill and you putting up the numbers in whatever Power 5 conference, you got a chance to go.
Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting. We'll keep an eye on that for sure.
Before we move on,
I'll
talk about Derrick Henry's out for the season.
Ooh.
Derrick Henry is out for the season.
And let me tell you, he was on pace to beat the this is what makes you upset. He was on pace to get 500 carries. And that's the most of all time. Through 7 games, he has 937 rushing yards.
Yeah.
The record is 2,000.
That's a shame.
The record is 2,100, right? It was by Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith.
It was. And
Emmitt Smith had that record?
Yes. And Derrick
you sure Eric Dickerson had that record? I'm pretty sure Eric Dickerson also hit 2,100.
So 937 in 7 games. You have 10 games left. Do the math.
Oh, wow.
He would have crushed it.
Wow.
And by the way, no one would have ever touched it. No one would have ever touched that record.
What was his injury?
No one ever touched it. You gonna say that?
No one, but after him would ever touch it.
Records are meant to be broken. Records are meant to be broken.
He was gonna crush it.
Records are meant to be broken, but Tom Brady, what he's doing, I don't know if somebody's gonna be able to touch those, but. Yeah. A rushing record, I think it's a possibility for that. I wouldn't necessarily say that will be out of reach.
That's amazing. What was his injury?
He had a foot strain. He has to get
surgery.
Strain? Yeah, it's bad.
I have a foot strain getting out of bed. That's not a bad injury.
No, but like
it's different, Kev.
It's different. It's like nerves.
Kev, it's different. It's been
probably.
Times.
But no, listen, he's out for the season.
He's out for the season.
Surgery,
but we don't want to talk about that for the
season.
Today. Listen, we don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about the pickup they got. The 5th all-time leading rusher in the NFL.
Here we go.
I like the man. I mean, he might be 36. Adrian Peters, he might be 36.
They picked him
36, but I still
36 years old. What do you mean?
I mean, my thing. What you mean? What do you mean? He still can play.
No, we cannot.
Obviously, the Titans got him.
Cannot.
Well, if he couldn't, the Titans
Where
never got him.
AP?
AP was at home chilling,
He was
working out.
No,
he wasn't with another team.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm rolling with AP on this one.
Well, listen, I love AP. I think he's great.
And I'm going to be honest with you, he fits the system perfectly because of the way they run the ball with AP. I feel like AP going to do well.
I think it's amazing.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if he come out striking. Yeah. Don't be surprised.
Coach, he's not going to come out. He'll pull a
hammy. That would be great.
He'll pull a hammy. That's what
he'll do.
Listen. It always is called muscle memory. He might have to get his feet wet to get back into motion, but once he get into motion, I'm telling you, don't be surprised.
Yeah. Well, I'm rooting for him. I'm amazed.
I'm rooting with A-Train on this one.
I'm working. I love A-Train. He's the greatest. When he came out and he was in his first couple of years, there was nobody more exciting than AP. I mean, I love him.
Explosive power.
He's explosive. Absolutely explosive.
Powerful.
But, I didn't know they picked him up. That's a surprise. My God.
Yeah, I mean, they could have easily got D'Ernest.
Oh.
Anyway, go get D'Ernest, man. Add it to the bed. Let D'Ernest get his shine on.
Well,
but no, I'm just saying.
Does
AJ
that hurt
gonna
the
do
Titans,
good.
though? Does that hurt the? I don't know. They're a pretty good team.
I mean,
the Titans. No. The Titans will not. Before they were Super Bowl contenders.
Not anymore. Yeah.
No.
That takes them out.
That take completely.
Yeah.
They'll make the playoffs.
Right.
They will win their division still. They will win.
So
the
you
NFC.
saying so? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It do put a dent in them.
Because that's their whole game plan.
It put a dent in them. I mean, because
it does.
And they
Derrick
don't have
Henry
Julio
is
either. Julio's
it
hurt.
does.
Derrick Henry is the one that's carrying the weight.
He's the powerhouse of the whole team.
You know, so they pride. That's what they pride themselves on.
Well, sure. Yeah.
So.
Well, that's a shame.
That
I'm
hurt.
sorry about that. On a better note, my Packers beat the Cards. Douglas with the interception at the end.
AJ, I don't know what happened with AJ
It was a miscommunication, man.
No kidding. The guy never turned around.
It was a miscommunication. It was supposed to be a back shoulder throw, but
really?
But I'm gonna be honest with
Kyler
you.
put it
AJ Green.
perfectly.
Listen, AJ Green. I don't know.
He's a pro too.
I don't know what his technique was, but you know, on a goal line fade or goal line goal, like back shoulder is hard to cover. That's a quarterback's and wide receiver dream. That's the best connection you can have.
He's a great receiver.
That's a goal away.
He's a great receiver. I love AJ Green. He's great.
AJ Green. AJ Green was a great receiver. He's okay. He's okay.
He's on his downslide now.
I don't necessarily on his downside,
Yes.
but he's okay, man. He's still playing.
Compared to what he was in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, where he was in Cincinnati, I feel like it's certain situations can awaken people, can awake athletes, and I feel like right now he just need to find his way that just can awake him. Right now, I mean, he just okay.
Yeah.
He okay. He ain't bad.
What a pick from that guy though, Douglas. What a great pick. You got to give him credit.
I mean, it's always going to be a pick when there's a miscommunication on the
Well,
offensive side of the ball.
I mean, he's still got to be aware. He's got to be there.
Oh man.
But Kyler did his job. Everyone did their job in that game. Kyler did his job.
They did. It was pretty.
I saw
he
a crazy
threw a
move
pick.
by DeAndre
He
Hopkins.
looked good though, but Rodgers really came through it.
Rodgers came out and played well.
Rodgers.
And by the way, without Devontae Adams. So that just shows
I know.
you. That's
how
just
powerful
right
the
there.
Rodgers is real.
I'm going to say it right now.
Both are running back.
Without the rings on Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers is better. Let me tell you that right now.
Without the rings. Listen to what you just said.
No.
I want you.
Without the rings.
Kid, I really
Rodgers can do it with anybody. Rodgers is the best quarterback.
Kid,
listen.
I really listen. Wait before you say anything, okay? You got to understand what you're getting yourself into when you're talking about the GOAT. How are you going to talk about the GOAT? This man, listen.
You tell me you want A-Rod
Tom Brady. Tom Brady never had a well-known name other than Antonio Brown, only for a little bit. But the one that stuck with him was Randy Moss. Now, if you take that away,
Amendola, Rob Gronkowski, the best defense in the league.
Edelman is not doing what Devontae Adams doing.
What?
Are you serious right now?
Edelman?
Are you serious right now?
No. Edelman?
No.
God.
So you going to put Edelman in the same category with Devontae Adams?
I will say that
Seriously.
Rodgers is...
How you going to say, no, hold on, Kev. How you going to say without the rings? You can't say without the rings because he won the damn rings.
He won the ring.
With what, though?
With what you mean with what? With his ability?
Well,
What did Rodgers...
Okay, let me ask you this. How many great receivers did Tom Brady have? Name.
Receivers?
Edelman.
Okay, you're going to say Edelman.
Right.
Okay, let's say Edelman. Let's say we're saying receivers. Let's say Edelman.
We're counting Gronk, by the way.
Okay, you okay,
So,
count Gronk.
Gronk, Edelman,
Okay.
Randy Moss, Danny Amendola,
Damian Amendola.
Chris Hogan.
Chris Hogan.
Yeah.
All those guys role players. I'm talking about number one guys.
Edelman.
Year in and year
Randy
out,
Moss,
number one guys.
Aaron Hernandez. That should be enough.
Aaron Hernandez is in jail.
Come on, man. Don't do
He
Aaron.
murdered a guy.
Don't do Aaron like that.
Aaron
But my thing
Hernandez.
is, so you're going to accuse Tom Brady of his ability because he had those guys. That's
And the
still
best defense in the
no.
league.
But there are still role players. You ain't gonna tell me a Hogan can go on the Pittsburgh Steelers and do what Antonio Brown do. You're not gonna tell me Edelman or Amendola would get a number one spot
By the way,
and hold it down as a number one receiver.
Speaking of your
like
GOAT,
Randy Moss.
Your GOAT
Not happening,
he put
bro.
the ball on the ground
Not
3 times on Sunday.
It don't matter because at the end of the day, it don't matter.
3 times.
Okay.
Who, Brady?
Listen,
Brady
it's
fumbled.
Still,
He threw 2 picks. He threw a pick
That's
6
fine.
and fumbled.
That's fine.
fine.
That's fine.
How's that
Because at the
fine?
end of the day, it's not playoff time, baby.
Oh,
it's still
gonna
early
be-
in the season.
You're talking
And you know when the playoff come, baby, them Bucs gonna make people walk the plank. And you know it. They've been doing it time and time again.
How do we get off
time
my
again.
Cards
Come
and
on,
Packers? All right,
You
we're
know
moving
it.
on. Chiefs Giants. Did you watch that?
Patrick Mahomes, 9 picks this season. That's
Something's
awesome.
wrong with Patrick Mahomes. There, I said it.
Oh my God.
I said it.
It's not even. I mean,
He threw a pick.
No. But half of the picks has been off people's helmets and hands. Like
This
it
was
just-
against the Giants, the
That wasn't
lowly
hands.
Giants.
Yeah, they were competing against the Giants, and that's concerning. That's
That's
bad.
concerning. They had struggled. They struggled with the Giants.
Yeah.
They struggled.
Pat
with
right now is having a tough season, man. He's having a tough season.
He is. He is.
It's a struggle right now.
Because
but
he's a
it's struggle.
superstar, so they think that he should be having, a fantastic year.
Well,
but
expectation now. Is,
But
Expectation.
that comes with the price.
Exactly.
That comes with
Yeah.
that.
it
That
does.
comes with it.
Yeah.
When they're telling you're the face of the NFL, when Tom Brady's leaving, you're the next GOAT in line.
That's a
supposed
lot.
to be.
Right.
That's a lot on him.
Right. It is.
On the
young.
Madden
He's like
cover with
24.
Tom Brady and stuff
I
like
know.
that. That's a lot on you.
You think that's
so,
getting to him
I
finally?
mean,
Yeah.
that comes with the game. He know how to control this. It's just one of those years that he's having a tough year. That's it.
Yeah. He
Everybody
threw a
have
pick.
those type of years.
Tyreek Hill had 94 yards. That's
well,
pretty
yeah,
good.
they fed him pretty well.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, he had
But they, to struggle with the Giants. I mean, what do you want to say anything about the Giants? They're terrible.
the Giants stink.
They're
They stink.
What's your word? What's your word? You gonna say it?
What is the word?
Boo boo buns.
Boo boo.
There you go.
Now, Giants are kind of
There go
helpless.
history.
I mean, but the fact that they were in that game,
It's crazy. I mean, if you're
It's crazy.
if you're a Chiefs fan, you're mad right now.
you're mad because it's like, why would they even play around with that team?
Yeah.
Play around. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think they was playing. I mean, Chiefs just want to execute. Chiefs is just
Yeah, but it makes
Just
you
down
concerned
slide.
Hey, you know
going
who's gonna,
forward.
you know
what
who's
it
gonna
is.
beat the Bucs? It was something 3 teams that will beat the Bucs. Okay.
yeah, well, you on the Bucks.
The Rams that already
Hey,
did.
man, why you so
Hold on,
pressed with?
hold
Why
on,
you so
hold on.
pressed with the Bucks, kid? Tell me
The
that.
Cardinals and the Packers and the Rams will all beat the Bucs right now.
All be the Bucks. Oh, okay. Cardinals,
I don't know.
Packers,
And Rams.
Rams already
I'm
did.
gonna be honest.
Rams
with you.
already walked your own plank.
I mean, walk the plank, but again, like I said, hey, listen, it's hard to be the good
it's
team
not
twice.
playoff time yet.
It's hard to be the good team twice, and we gonna show you. You've seen what happened when they won the Super Bowl. Everybody talking about Patrick Mahomes. Listen, man, Patrick Mahomes.
I won't
is
say
not-
that was crazy. And by the way,
Patrick Mahomes is not a Drew Brees. Patrick Mahomes
I have to give credit
is
to the
not
Bucs. I have to give credit to the Bucs because
Aaron Rodgers.
every playoff game that they played,
So
every,
again,
Wait, Patrick Mahomes is not Aaron
again,
Rodgers.
he's not a Drew Brees. Are you
not a Drew
serious?
Brees.
every
He's not
playoff
Aaron
game that the
Rodgers.
Bucs played last
He's
year
not
in the
playing that.
playoffs.
I'm gonna be honest
No,
with you.
hold on.
I'm
Every
wrong.
game that the Bucs played last year in the playoffs, they were not favored at all. They were the underdogs. They said they were going to lose, and then they just went straight through
Why?
teams.
Why they said they was going to lose? Because they thought that Chiefs was going to blow them out again. Because at the beginning of the year, Tariq had 200, almost
197,
300,
right
almost
on.
300 yards in the first half.
I was like, it was 237.
They can run with him. They can run with
237.
him. So my thing is, it's an easy fix. Are you crazy? Did you not see what they just did to Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, two of the best quarterbacks, pocket passers?
Yeah.
There's only one more left.
All right.
That's the GOAT.
All right, last thing.
So you really think this kid finna come in and beat them twice like that? You got life crazy.
I want to talk about
Smoking.
one more thing.
They were wrong.
One more thing I want to talk about. So the Saints just lost their quarterback, Jameis Winston, to a torn ACL.
He's out for the season, right?
Old man Winston.
And
He's out for the season,
He's out for
right?
the season. Now everyone's
Wow.
wondering, Cam Newton, question mark.
Oh.
But here's my problem with that.
Where's Cam Newton right now?
He's at home. He's
He's
training.
at home. He's just
He's at
training
home.
right now. He's training. Cam's
So-
cool.
Why
Here's the
wouldn't
problem.
the Saints pick up Cam Newton?
I'll
Do
tell you
think
why.
that'd be all right?
Because you can
Why?
bring so you can bring players. You can bring position. Here's my problem with it. Like quarterbacks are hard to put into a system immediately
Sure.
with the week they show up. Like you can get like linebackers, receivers, running backs. They can go right into the system.
Sure.
No matter what.
The quarterback's
But quarterback
different.
it's way different because
That's
you have to
right. Much more
understand everything,
complicated. Much
the
more
offense,
Right.
everything like that.
Well-
so if they do bring him in, I feel like they might sit him behind the backup for about 2 weeks just to get him to learn. I think they should get Cam Newton.
He won't
because-
like that.
Here's
That's
my
the
thing.
No, he went to Belichick in New England and said,
I'll
be
sit?
Yeah, he said, I'll sit.
That's unusual.
Here's my thing. In a way, being a professional athlete and being in two different systems, they all have the same language.
No, but
When it
it's
comes to
different.
concepts, now listen. No,
Cam Newton gotta pick it up easy.
Listen. Some offensive coordinators might be a little creative than others, but 9 times out of 10, it's basically the same stuff, same concepts, same language. It's just some people do a little more funky stuff than others. Now, I have different little more verbiage than others, but everything is just the same thing. Now, when he it's just is getting ready and stuff like that. I see what you're saying, just trying to get acclimated with the offense of if it's a different type of language, but majority of the time, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So now you should ask yourself, if he get him, he's going to sit, or will he be able to throw in the fire? Me personally, I think with a week of practice or 2, he'll be ready to go.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to do that? They're going to pick him up?
I don't really think. I don't know if they're going to really. I don't really know if they're aiming for Cam.
Right.
To be honest with you, because my thing is with a quarterback, you got to look what type of player Cam is.
Yeah, he's a runner.
You got to add. No, he's more so.
He actually dropped.
You got to. He's more so. No, really, he's a nickel and dimer, and you got to do more running with Cam. You know, like.
And by the way, last year, Cam Newton before COVID hit him bad. I don't think he's ever recovered since COVID. Oh, wow. But week 1 versus the Seahawks, he looked like prime Cam Newton to me.
No, do you think Cam Newton will find a place to play before the end?
It's a 50-50.
I'm gonna be honest.
Before the end of the season.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
No.
To be, someone's gonna grab Cam.
Before the season.
It's just the fact that
before the season is over.
Listen, it's just the fact that what team will grab Cam to fit the system for his skill set. That's it.
Before the season's over.
I don't know. Someone is going to grab him. I feel like someone's going to grab him. Somebody's going to need a quarterback. Somebody's going to grab for his skill. For his skill set, somebody's going to need a skill set.
Someone's going to get hurt.
There is still 10 weeks left, so you never know.
I think Cam Newton will find a team. I think somebody will pick him up.
I ain't thinking. I know he is.
Yeah, because he's too valuable of a guy to be sitting at home watching this on television right now.
Absolutely.
There's no way that guy sits and watches this on TV.
I mean, shoot, Adrian Peterson did it.
Well, yeah, AP. He's been around too long. I know.
Now look at him.
I am amazed that
he's the 5th all-time leading rusher in NFL history. So
I'm glad for him. So, okay, Cowboys-Vikings, last game.
I know.
Anybody care about that one?
I mean, let's talk about the two. Let's talk about the two
that
head
game was
horses.
some boo-boo buns.
It wasn't boo-boo buns. I mean, boo-boo buns for them playmakers.
Boo-boo buns.
Cooper Rush stepped up, though. Big dot to
Cooper Rush,
for the game-winning touchdown.
Cooper Rush.
We're going to talk about
He had 325 yards.
We're going to talk about Cooper, Amari.
Cooper had 2 TDs and 1 pick. Cooper Rush. Amari Cooper had 122 yards.
What about CeeDee Lambs?
CeeDee Lambs had 112 yards.
Huh.
I mean,
112 yards.
That's a good stat.
He didn't do much. Yeah, he didn't do much. You got to watch.
That's the thing about the Cowboys.
No.
They had 2 wide receivers, one with 122 yards, one with 112 yards. Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's amazing.
That's pretty good. Yeah. And Elliott had 50 yards.
I like the kid. CeeDee Lambs. He's starting to come into his own too.
He's
starting. You can really see in his game week in and week out how he's emerging, his confidence. It's like he's getting that feel when he was back at OU again, Oklahoma, where he was breaking tackles. He's being loose. He's having fun. He's starting to make acrobatic catches again. The kid?
You see the one last year versus the Vikings?
Man,
was it the Vikings too? He saw him reach back.
Does Cooper Rush stay in there for the rest of the year, or are they going to take Dak back?
Dak, no. They're taking Dak back immediately.
When does Dak come back?
Next week.
This is Dak Prescott you're talking about.
Right, yeah. He'll be
back
next week.
You really think Rush going to stay over there and Dak is get out of here?
No. He won the game, though. I mean,
hey, Rush, thanks, man. I appreciate it for holding it down. So I came back and did a good job, but I'm going to take it over from there.
I guess so, yeah. Because it's the Vikings. Maybe they should have won. Who knows? Cousins is a terrible quarterback. He had 184 yards. Just sort of who cares? And, Dalvin Cook only had 78 yards. Thielen had 78 yards.
And Vikings. Justin Jefferson got locked up by Trevon Diggs.
Listen, I mean, it was crazy.
2 receptions, 21 yards, locked down.
Yeah. It was a rough night
for JJ. The Vikings are terrible, right?
Well, I don't think that.
But he is going against one of the Defensive Player of the Year. For one of the runners-up, for one of the nominees for Defensive Player of the Year.
He didn't get a pick, though, but he still has 8 picks in 8 games. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, the Cowboys, does that make the Cowboys a playoff? Obviously,
Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders.
I mean,
they're not Super Bowl.
Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders.
Don't do that.
No doubt.
Contenders?
Contenders, yeah.
Come on, man. I ain't saying that.
I'll name the 5 contenders right now.
I'm glad we're recording this. We'll have you.
The 5 contenders.
Rams.
You got the Rams, the Bucs, the Packers, the Cardinals, and the Cowboys. That's it.
Those 5 are
That's it.
Super Bowl.
You can't name one other one that.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
You finna roll with them.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, that's interesting because
So
you know what?
You going with the
Maybe.
Cowboys?
Well, like first pick. No, not
I
the
ain't
Super
saying
Bowl.
the first pick.
No,
I'm
but
just saying. You saying they could? Okay,
Yes,
I mean,
they
saying
will.
they could be
Yes.
pro-
out of all 32 teams. You
Oh
gonna
yeah. Oh, all day.
I don't know.
4 was right, but 1.
I don't know about
All
that.
day.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
I
Anything
guess,
else?
man.
What else you want to talk about? Anything burning on your head? Nothing.
Well, that's it, man. I mean, other than the weekend and with the Henry Ruggs situation and.
That's kind of.
And then what drove me is just really OBJ dad is just hitting
That's
LeVar
strange.
Ball.
It is LeVar Ball.
Hey man, check my son out. He's 11. It's 11 minutes of him wide open. Y'all ain't. But you
That
guys
gives me
not
a
really
question.
using
I have a
him.
quick question about
But
that.
I
With
feel him on
parents and parents that push their kids into sports like that, like the balls,
LeVar
like
Ball's-
Mr.
Hold
Abel
on.
Beckham.
Wait,
He's the best
wait,
father.
wait.
He's
Now,
the-
do you
LeVar
think
Ball.
there's a limit to parents pushing kids
No.
that hard into athletics?
No.
You got to think.
Do you think that hurts a child?
Go ahead, Leo.
LeVar Ball is the best father in every sport you will ever see.
LeVar Ball is a good father. Would you say
The best
LeVar
father.
I
Ball
think
He got
he
all
is.
3 of his sons to the NBA. What?
But don't you think he pushes
think he
them a
good.
little too
But
hard?
for a good reason, because
see,
look
here's
at them
the thing.
now. Look
Here's-
at them.
here's the
They're
thing.
all
Here's
making
the
millions
thing.
of dollars.
Here's the thing. Me being in my work in my company, being a mentor, being a trainer, and traveling in different states, seeing different talents, seeing kids, working with different type of parents. I think tough love is the best love, because my thing is, in society and life nowadays,
Right.
if you tell a kid, oh, it's too hard, well, what are you going to teach the kid when life hit him?
Right.
Oh, baby, it's all right. No, it's not all right. You
Right.
either got to find some way to get it and make it happen.
Well, when
Period.
you see super athletes.
So my thing is when pushing too hard, it's not that. My thing
Right.
is, I want to be pushed hard.
Right.
You got limits. You push above those limits, because you never know what you really can do unless you push past your limit.
But when
How
you
would you
see
know?
super athletes like the Williams sisters, there's a new movie coming about them, which looks really interesting. Serena and and Ball, and then
Oh, hold on,
and
wait.
then Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods, hold
they
on,
all
wait,
had parents
wait.
that were
Wait,
that were
no,
pretty pushed.
no. Let's talk about this. You're talking about the balls, and that's great. Now you got the NFL kids. You got the St. Browns from USC.
Yeah, are they?
Amral St. Brown, his brother Amunis for the Green Bay Packers, number 13, wide receiver.
Yeah.
You know,
Alonzo?
But they have parents
Alonzo?
that were pushed.
yeah, his dad was a bodybuilder called Mr. Universe,
Oh, really? That's funny.
and they grew up lifting weights,
yeah.
and
yeah.
they speak 3 different languages.
No way.
Yeah, so you got to think
So
like
their dad really pushed them.
pushed him
Yeah.
from age 5,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
I seen this kid in person.
Yeah.
I seen Amral St. Brown when he was playing in Martin Day when he was at a camp, and I seen he had a certain type of that look
Yeah.
that you call eye of the tiger, but I call it that lion look.
Mm-hmm.
He's a lion.
So you don't have a problem with
no,
Mr. You
no.
don't have a problem with Mr. Odell Beckham. And
I
you
don't
have
have
a problem
I don't
with.
know. I
You don't
have
have a problem.
See, the
with that.
reason being, people got to understand, when you're dealing with an Odell Beckham, he's passionate.
Right.
He's very emotional.
Yeah.
What he does, like you got to have certain people know how to deal with him. The Giants knew how to deal with him a little bit, but then I think they just got a little tired. Like, all right, man, whatever. But when you know that, I mean, Odell still he can play at a high level.
Yep.
So my thing is, sometimes you gotta control that. You kind of like. You gotta control the fire a little bit. You gotta know how to do it. Giants knew how to do it. My thing is, I think Cleveland, they just ain't using them. They ain't giving them nothing.
Exactly.
And he's going to leave.
To
that
go off
place.
on.
He's going to leave that place.
They
But
didn't give
that's
him nothing to go off on.
Not, yeah.
Period.
All right. Well, good. Well, he's a great player, and I'm sure he'll end up somewhere. He's he's still got a lot of football left.
Man, he's got a high level.
All right. That's our show. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Offsides.